This is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists.
Amen, brother. Welcome out to this week's episode of the Gamers Council. RHETRI is taking a break tonight. He will not be here this evening, so we wish him well, and he will be back soon. So there we go. We have some really good guests tonight. Next Gen Nero will be here in just a little bit. He is finishing up some dinner, I believe, and then he'll be here, or he's doing some crazy gaming. But he'll be here soon, I promise. But we are blessed to have with us tonight Red Wolf from Red Wolf Renegade. Red Wolf, what's up, buddy?
Yo, what's up, me? What's up, you? Thank you so much for having me on, man. I really appreciate it. Like I said, been watching you from afar, you and RHETRI, and like I said, it's such a tight-knit community. So it's like, of course I know you, from this person and that person and whatnot. So when I got your invite, I was like, hell yeah, man. Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me on. Really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome, dude. Well, thanks for being here. Because you could have even said, no, I'm just kidding.
No.
I haven't got time. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm going to go play games with Colt. I'm just kidding. So,
right.
Hey, there you go. That's always a good thing to
sounds
do.
Good, yeah.
The mighty Colt Eastwood, which
Colt's my buddy.
love.
Yep.
He is an amazing man. He is awesome content provider. Yeah, he is. So let's I guess get things started. Kind of maybe introduce yourself just a little bit to the audience, and then we'll get to kind of to what I guess what you've been playing and also what movies or anything or TV shows or anything like that you've been watching.
Yeah. So I'm Red Wolf. The channel Red Wolf Renegade on YouTube and on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
The only Red Wolf Renegade on Twitter. I got really lucky on that. What do they say? Way to get your handle, man. I'm like, thank you. I did that. I got really lucky. But anyway, no, Razor. I'm not related to Red Dragon. I see you. I saw you. Thank God. I get that a lot. They're like, wait. I've been on a few shows, and then someone's like, I freaked out. I thought you had on Red Dragon. I'm like, that would be awful. But no. So I have a YouTube channel. Just hit 1,000 subs. So shout out to everyone who supported me throughout the year. Like RSJ fan, I see you, bro. Thank you so much. It's a gaming. I got a weekly podcast every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tried to fit when I started, RDX was still hot and rocking. So I tried to squeeze my show in between XNC on Monday. And then right before RDX started on Tuesdays, it ends at 8 o'clock, right when RDX starts. And I had my little spot there for a while now. So the channel has been doing really well since then. We got weekly podcasts with That Blue Number, Holly, DeMarco Dude, and my son. He's not really my son, but Assassin Entertainment. We've been going for a good while, and I tell people, it's one of those podcasts that we will go off topic and we will go on tangents. It's very akin to like ACG. If you listen to his podcast, it'll somebody will say something in chat and then topic is over. It's gone. We're talking about something. So it's fun. It's just a show that, feels like you're hanging out with your buddies. And as other than that, I do a lot of video content coverage, mostly type content with RPGs, Bethesda games, that kind of stuff. Yes. Starfield. Yes, everyone, before you ask, that trash game. And by
the way, Starfield will never come to the PlayStation 5.
Never on platforms where Game Pass exists.
Exactly.
As he laughs, as he chuckles. That's me.
Love it. I love it. Well, let's we'll get this super chat real quick from our wonderful sorry, my dogs are in the other room doing God knows what. Adidas 20 with let's go. Heck yeah. Thank you for the $5 super chat, buddy. We appreciate you more than you know. And so yeah, it's gonna be a good night tonight. I mean, we got a lot of great people in the community. They're jumping. Alex said RSJ fan is here. E-Ranks is here. Renegade Gaming is here. We have Crispy Bomb. What's up, Crispy? Talus Ray is here. Fark you. Hey, Fark you.
Fark you. Fark me.
Fark you.
Fark you.
No, fark me. You. Big Mad Mo. My gosh, so many more. If I haven't said your name, please don't be offended. It's just so many to read. And of course, I do see he's in there. So it means I got to play it just because he's there. As soon as I pull up the review, you know, I hate that. I have it right here in front of me, and then I hit the wrong button, and it goes away. And oh, there it is.
Why so serious?
There's welcome as well. I think the only reason I come on is so I can play the soundbite. Yes,
I'm gonna try to. Someone's asking me in chat to post my channel link, and I can never do it properly. I can never do this properly. It never comes up as a link, but there it is, guys. I don't know if you can copy and paste it. But I believe the link to my channel is in the description currently. So there you go. And thank you for doing that again, Dave. Really appreciate it.
Oh no worries, dude. No worries at all. Let's see here.
I never said what I was playing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what are you watching? What are you playing? Let's
Here I go. Screwing up the show right off the bat.
No, you're fine. It's all good.
By the way, it's like 97 degrees here. It's so hot. Okay. I'm in West Virginia of all places. Okay. And it is like the hottest that it's ever been in it's a heat wave. It's terrible. So if you guys can hear my fan, just tell me in chat and I'll die of heat stroke and it'll be great. So I have been, speaking of Starfield, I've been trying to like stop so I don't get burned out, but mods came out for Starfield and I have just been so obsessed with that. So I've been trying to just, give each game its time. So Starfield, playing Dragon Age 2, because I'm a big Dragon Age fan, sort of going through all of them until Veilguard comes out. Little controversy with that, but I'm still excited for it. I'm a big fan. Thank you so much, FarQ. I really appreciate you.
FarQ's on top of it. Thanks, FarQ.
FarQ's awesome. Yeah, FarQ was such an awesome mod for RIP for the Gamers Initiative podcast, and that was man, I miss those guys. Yep. They're not dead, by the way, guys. In chat, they're alive and well. But they all died. But yeah, so playing Dragon Age, Starfield. Haven't been. I've been watching The Boys. Are you a fan of The Boys?
Oh yes,
dude, it's my favorite show of all time. Oh my god! In season 4, did you see the most recent episode? We won't spoil it.
No, because I'm waiting for it all to drop so I can binge it.
Okay, gotcha. Fair, good point, man.
Same way with the House of the Dragon. I'm ready to sit down and watch it all at once because I know once I get started, I will not want to stop. But it'll piss me off. Like I gotta wait till another fucking week. No,
right? Exactly. Yeah, and the thing is that they've done with The Boys, they dropped 3 episodes. As far as I know, they dropped 3 just right off the bat, and I'm like, this isn't enough. Even after I'm done with 3 episodes, I'm like, I will sit here all day and watch this entire show. But yeah. So yeah, it's that's what I've been into. The Boys, Starfield, Dragon Age, and that's pretty much it. I've been really busy with channel stuff and podcasts and whatnot. So, and life, you know how their life stuff happens.
Yes, it has.
So anyway, that's what I've been up to. What you been into, man?
Oh gosh, a little bit of everything. I mean, actually, I rewatched the Godzilla -1 again. And I was because you can also, and this sounds silly, but I enjoyed it just as much watching it this way. But you can actually buy it and get it in black and white.
Right, I've heard that.
And it's one of those movies that are like classic type thing. And when you see it in black and white, it really brings you back, especially with the soundtrack and the music that they use in there is like from like the original orchestra type, I guess the original songs, from the original Godzilla movie are woven in, especially toward the end when you know, when you have some of the big attacks and stuff, it's
Mhm.
when you hear it, you know it, and when
Right.
you hear it, it's
Iconic.
like, oh man, it really sucks you in. Or at least it did me, because
Right.
like I said, you know, grew up with that stuff because I'm old. So yeah, you know.
Yeah, I watched the old the one with my mom. Like it was the black and white one. I remember them saying like they're using this yellow liquid to take down Godzilla. It was whichever one. It was on one with Mothra, which that probably
okay.
says nothing. But that was the
Yeah.
one that I watched over and over. And I watched Mighty Joe Young. For anyone
Nice.
who doesn't know what that is, man, talk about animal rights back in the day, because there's some things that happened to animals in that movie that you're like, that would not fly.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, big fan of the old oldies too. So
yeah,
it's awesome.
I love that stuff, man. Absolutely love it. And some people don't even know that, like, the original, I guess. All right, so when Godzilla came out, it was a big, huge hit in Japan, and they decided they wanted to bring it. Got the rights. Universal did to bring it to I don't know, one of those studios, to bring it to the U.S. But they were like, how can we? Because they had to dub it and everything, obviously. But how can they make it to where an audience will resonate with it? So they added scenes with Raymond Burr as a reporter for the U.S. and they cut him, like there's like 10 different little scenes that are just cut in the American release of Godzilla that were not in the original, and they don't do anything for the plot. But he's like one of those guys, like, on the ground reporting and looking up and commentating. But it is just enough that it helps soul, you know, because they could, you know, starring Raymond Burr, they could do that in the US, where people were like, oh, I remember him, you know, kind of thing. So it was pretty neat. And the American version is actually, you know, was good, because, like I said, the only thing they did different was just add little scenes with him in it, and it didn't detract from it. It was just basically more plot point and filler is really all it was just to kind of, you know, I guess, Americanize enough that it wasn't like, you know, culture shock kind of thing.
Right.
So it did work, surprisingly. So, so that's what was, to me, it was really cool seeing it. And I people are like, you know, it's a Godzilla movie. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's get some nominations come Oscar time this year.
That's what I've heard.
That good. It was totally
I've heard, like,
surprised.
I've heard that it's like, you need to go to the theater to watch this is a movie theater ass movie. You need to go watch it in the theater to get that experience, or watch it at home with, you know, headphones or whatever. But I missed the monster movies, and I'm behind on all the Godzilla movies. I saw the first one, and then I saw Kong. No, what was it? Skull Island was the reboot with so I saw that, and then didn't realize that they were connected. But I need to go
Universal
back and watch
Monsters.
So I need to watch. I need to get back into that, because I'm behind on movies and stuff. So but love that genre.
It's cool. Yeah, me too. You know, I was also a big fan of, like, Ultraman. When I like get home from school, and we would watch, like, those, you know, in the afternoon here locally on our channel, we would play the dubbed versions. And I was like, hey, he's so fucking cool, you know. It's like I still have a figurine somewhere of that. And I just, but people are like, Ultraman, what the hell's that? It's like, never mind, you just don't know. So
I'll just go
you don't know, man. Do you?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I see your John Wick poster in the background, and the way that I feel about John Wick, it's not just about, like, the badass action and, like, the cool, like, the amazing, like, one take shots, you know. It's about, like, the vibe of those movies that I love so much. Like, it's just so unique. It's got this vibe, man. And I didn't realize this, but the Payday universe, the video games Payday, it takes place in the universe of John Wick.
That's weird.
It's crazy. And so you can get Continental coins as a currency, like in-game currency.
Yeah.
And whenever you boot up Payday 3, dude, it is John Wick music at the main menu. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to punch my mic right now. It's like, it made me, like, love Payday even more. I was like, oh my God. And you can play as John Wick actually in the Payday games as, like, a character skin or whatever.
I did not know that. That's cool.
yeah, so yeah, John Wick. But anyway, as far as movies go, the vibe is really what usually gets me. I go a little deep when it comes to like, there's more meaning other than the killing, and my girlfriend's like, "Shut up,
Yeah,
he
exactly.
has feelings."
Racer Ultron as a comment. I like this. WebDave, Ultraman and Speed Racer when I got home from school. Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Right there with you. He used to watch that Speed Racer as well. Go Speed Racer, go. Anyway.
Go Speed
But
Racer.
yeah, so love it, man. Love it. It's like, I'm old, like I said. I'm an old guy. Anyway, when
It's
I
just a state of mind, man.
dude, man, we used, we'd like watch those kind of shows and stuff like that, growing up for me, it was like, this, Saturday morning cartoons and crap like that, and then like my kids growing up and I'm like, what shows you watching? Like, I'm watching YouTube. I'm like, what? When my kid was young, he's like, watching guys play games or guys talk about games for hours. What is that? And now I'm like, oops, I get it.
I get it. Yeah, the
doing
streaming age, it changed everything, man.
did.
Like I remember when Netflix became a thing, and we're just like waiting by the mailbox every day to get a disc in the mail, and then it's got like fingerprints all over it, and I'm like, "Is this the future, Mom?" And she's like, "It'll be okay, son." And here we are in the streaming world, where there is no. I mean, we do rush home to see the boys, if you're not waiting to binge it like you are, but you know what I mean. As far as the daily, like for me, it was Dragon Ball Z. It was get up early enough to get ready for school, and you can watch an episode of Dragon Ball Z before you catch the bus, stuff like that. So yeah, nostalgia.
Exactly. Hummingbird, it's funny that you said the vibes for No Country for Old Men. It keeps me coming back.
Oh yeah,
one of my best friends, Dave Snyder, who's a makeup effects artist. He actually worked on that movie, doing the special effects for that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So,
That's
and
awesome.
it just gives small world. When you mentioned that, it's kind of like, oh yeah. So IMDb, Dave Snyder. He's the makeup artist in Owensboro, Kentucky, which is where I live. And like I said, I grew up with Dave. And
you're my neighbor.
And, so yeah. Oh well, there you go. So yeah, Owensboro, Kentucky is where I'm from. Hey y'all.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're in the Appalachians. That's where we are. Come find us if you can.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck. I was actually born in Maryland, and I moved to West Virginia whenever I was like 5 or 6. Not by myself, obviously. But all my family's from here, so that's why I sound like a Yankee. Everyone, that's why I sound like this.
That's funny. Well, welcome out to the over 200 people that are watching us here on either X or YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. I do have a request, because we and Red Wolf were talking about this right before we went live, that sometimes YouTube, to no fault of their own, right? Anyway, sends to take off subscriptions for people. So yeah, if you happen to have subscribed to our channel, double check to make sure that you're still subscribed. And I'm gonna put that in the corner there. Please subscribe, because we're on the road to 3K, and we're trying to get there for us. So that would be awesome if you could help us out. We would appreciate that greatly. So yeah, so if you can, cool. Like I said, Next Gen Neo should be here in just a little bit. Haven't heard from him in a little bit, so I'm sure he's running behind, and it's all good. Either way, we're gonna have a good show tonight. We got a great members of the community that are hanging out with us as well, and Red Wolf, and we're gonna probably start jumping into a few of the topics. I'm gonna put the banner at the bottom that just kind of runs over a few of the things we'll be covered in no particular order. We're just kind of throwing them out there. But the first thing I'll go ahead and play this is this announcement trailer for this crossover, which is like makes absolute total sense. And
it's canon.
And it's exactly it's like I think Microsoft is like, oh, they get it now.
Right.
So thank God for that. Let's see here. Let's see, bring it in, and then if you don't mind, as soon as I start playing it, just give me a yes or a no if you can hear it, Red Wolf, when I start to play it. should be able to, but sometimes it gets funky. So here we go. Here is the trailer.
Yes.
When you are me and touch my hand, I'm trembling from no
Love it.
Oh man, that's so great.
Isn't it though?
I just like cheesing the whole time. That is so funny.
Sorry.
The thing is, like, this is one of those things where the first thing that comes to my mind is like, Fortnite, what have you done? Because you know, everyone, and it's not that I don't mind it, because I would be more concerned if there was like a single player expansion that was canon and they started adding in characters or whatever. People can choose to ignore it. They can choose to not play the multiplayer, but hey, it's Call of Duty. If you're playing Call of Duty, you're probably going to be playing the multiplayer. So whenever you run around a corner and Snoop Dogg and a guy in a Fallout costume comes running at you, you're like, this is breaking my immersion, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still cool to see. And I guess that, of course, they're going to lean into Fallout first, as far as, you know, because it's hot right now.
Oh,
after
yeah.
the TV show. So, so it's silly. I'm laughing because I'm like, it's cool. What was the budget on that trailer that we just watched? What do you think? Because it's like,
I don't, you know, and the thing is, it probably, you know, with the assets they have, and they just, you know, rescan and replay a cutscene that they already had, you know, just, I think it probably really wasn't probably that much for them to do this and to add it in. It probably didn't, you know, like I said, it made more sense than not to. So
yeah,
not to do it. So, and the thing is, you know, people are like, you know, well, what's the big deal? It's like, well, if you're playing Call of Duty and then you get a tie-in to Fallout, you might want to, Fallout, which is owned by what company? Even if you're playing on PlayStation or whatever, and it's like, you know, one big happy family making that money, becoming world dominant. I mean, what? No. Anyway,
what? No.
So,
no.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Right.
I do like this comment here. This is just a case of why not? Exactly.
It's great. Yeah, it's a great point. Yeah, just why not? We own it now. We own it now. Bring it all home. Bring it all home. You hear me, Phil? He's like, where Xbox Game Pass exists. It's so great. It's so great. And the thing is, like, this would be the kind of stuff that I would like to see over dinosaurs and what. I don't even know what's in. I haven't played Call of Duty multiplayer in a while, but I am a big Call of Duty fan. I love the campaigns and the stories and stuff. But this is the kind of stuff that I would prefer to see over that, over the wild, crazy stuff. But you know, what are you gonna do? It's selling. People are buying these packs. You know, people are buying the $20 battle passes and $20 what's it, endowment packs or whatever they're called, which is a very suggestive name. Microsoft.
Try out, mister.
But
anyway.
Eat our blue pill. But yeah. Or green. It's green though. It's green.
But I play longer than 4 hours. Anyway, what?
Right. Yeah.
I'm just saying. So yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, but I think it's great that they do stuff like this. I mean, you know, like for you talked about, you know, not Fallout, but I guess oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. The game we were just talking about, the
Call of Duty, Fallout,
Fortnite. Jesus,
Fortnite.
There we go.
There we
go. And my head was like, in a different direction. Yeah, so Fortnite looks like my character as Spawn. You know, that's the only skin that I bought, and it's the only one I play with. It's just
that. Wait, you said Spawn? Like?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I did say Spawn. I'm.
It's like a Spawn in Fortnite. I'm buying it right now.
No,
that'd be sick.
No, I meant to say Venom.
Venom. Okay, gotcha.
Wow.
Gotcha.
I got too many
I'm not
things on
surprised.
my desk in front of me that I glanced down, and that was one of the things I saw. So sorry. But yes, no, Venom. We are
Yeah.
Venom. So yeah,
Nice.
that's what I like playing. And and to totally what you call break immersion, like where you play pre-game where you're warming up or whatever, and you hang out for a minute in the lobby. You know, well, my character is always doing. I got the Inner Sandman from Metallica, and he's got his guitar, drums, bang.
Yeah.
People
Oh
are
my
like,
God.
can walk up and join you, and it's like that's how I play.
Dude,
Fortnite.
Colt and I were playing. It was a few months ago. We jumped in to try something dropped, and he's like, "Come play with me." We're wait, Spawn and Venom aren't the same thing.
Yeah. Whoops.
Whoa, yeah. So many character, especially like with the eyes and the black and the all the the cape that comes alive, and whatever
You
tendrils.
just brain farted. Sorry.
Yeah.
Blame me.
I'm
an idiot.
but
Whee.
we were playing Fortnite, and Colt runs up to me. He's like, "Yo, Red, dude, look at this." When I'm trying to do my Colton Eastwood impression, when he's playing, when he is putting his fingers on the frets, it's the actual chords of the song. It is so freaking cool, man. And it really was like his character was
Nice.
doing like an emote, and you could see
Mhm.
like the fingers. And I was like, "What the hell? They put all this effort into this game." Yeah, I love
So
that.
very cool. Yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
but shout out to Colt for catching that, because I wouldn't have.
Yeah, he's a guitar freak, man. He
Yeah,
loves
he
that
is.
kind of stuff, so it's right up his alley.
It's awesome. Oh man. So yeah, we'll move on from this topic, but just I think it's cool and it's a good thing, and I hope that they continue to do little things like this. Like I said, one of these days. I mean, right now they own, Crash. They own the game, Crash Team Racing. Boy, you could do an update to that and just add in all kinds of Microsoft characters, or a special edition version or something, or just a remake or
Ooh,
something.
Master Chief in Call of Duty. Can you imagine that? Oh my God, that would be crazy. People would just stop playing Halo. Oh wait, they already did. No, I'm kidding. Just get the
Funny.
Master Chief skin and just run around in Call of Duty. Oh man, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. But
I
you never
agree.
know.
You never know, and it's and of course, I guess the latest thing is that apparently most of the ABK deal lawsuits and counter lawsuits and stuff have now been shuffled or sheltered or dropped. So maybe they are going to be able to make more announcements that they've been wanting to make, and more add-ons to the service that they kind of were holding off for. So it's a hope. There's supposedly a lot coming at Gamescom coming up. And maybe some more big surprises coming up for Tokyo Game Show. A lot of people are thinking, Tokyo Game Show is would be a great time for Square to really come out with their some of those games that have that would be available to put on Final Fantasy games that would be available to put on there, kind of thing.
Right, that and Atlas could show out and say, "Hey, here is Persona 6 for all you Persona lovers out there. Here's Persona 6 only on Xbox." I don't know if that would be the case, but at least it would have Microsoft marketing. But because they're in bed right now, not all the way in bed, but they're like they're behind the curtain with Microsoft, so to speak. So you never know.
Microsoft has put its money on the counter, but anyway,
exactly.
On the side table.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right. Yeah. So
yeah.
Atlas. And a lot of people think, because you talked about Final Fantasy, a lot of people I hear this so much. So many people say that Final Fantasy 7 isn't going to come to Xbox. And if it does, they're going to wait until all 3 games are out, and then they're going to bundle it. And I'm like, what are you going to bundle 3 games that are $70? And what are you going to? It's going to be one game. You're going to spend $230 or whatever. I can't do math. Into like one game, Final Fantasy 7 trilogy or whatever. Which doesn't make sense to me, because Final Fantasy 7 remake, the first part 1, we'll say it's old now. It's in terms of, well, how long has it been out? 4 years or 4 years? 5 years? 2019? Yeah. I could be wrong on that. So I could see them at least releasing that for now, and then every 2 years we get Final Fantasy Part 2, and then Part 3 later on whenever that comes out. Square Enix, yeah, that could be the time. That could be it.
It would make sense. I mean, especially if they're really trying to, at least regain a foothold in, in that market that basically Sony's abandoned, which is crazy. Shut down their studios there as well. So who knows?
Wild.
And Big Bad Mo says it'll be in Game Pass, which is true, and that'll definitely be something they can highlight and push. And then let's see, Dion Hayes put down, and remember, Lena Khan is supposed to be leaving, and with the elections, they will probably be thrown out, and new group will come in. The FTC depends on who wins the election. Yeah, exactly, and of course. Sorry. Anyway,
That's great. Yeah.
so glad to see her go. Anyway, she's an idiot. What was that out loud? Oh, I'm sorry.
Mute yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Oh no, there's no muting here.
No.
We don't get political, but because I don't want to run off any fans. But so but we'll just leave it at that. So yeah, there is a poll up if you're interested in jumping in on that. We do have like 103 people have voted. It's on YouTube if you're interested. Said, are you upset that PlayStation does not have a roadmap? What are your thoughts on that? It's one of the topics we'll kind of go ahead and jump into it.
I woke up today and I cried.
No.
Yeah, I said, man, PlayStation doesn't have a roadmap, so I think I need a good little cry.
So sad.
And then, so it's so sad. Yeah. I don't know. This I keep saying that PlayStation not having a roadmap is going to be the same as Xbox not having any games for a good while, and then they have a big, huge blowout showcase, and they have The Last of Us 3 and Spider-Man 3 and whatever 3, whatever. And it's a like Xbox just had a big show out with their showcase. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think that PlayStation doesn't have anything. I just don't think they're ready to show anything.
Right.
So they don't want to say anything too early. Microsoft is notorious for speaking way too early. And then people are like, why did you announce Fable 17 years ago? And then we haven't seen anything about it. Or Elder Scrolls 6, you announced that 6 years ago. It's been 6 years. And here we all wait. We're just waiting and waiting and waiting. But if they hadn't said anything, we would have been saying, hey, at least show us your roadmap. Show us what you're working on, which we did. But I'm not concerned. I think that in comparison to what Xbox just did recently, people are concerned more with what's going on with PlayStation. Just because they're like, why can't you do that? And State of Play just happened, of course, which that's an even worse look. You just had State of Play, then you had Summer Games Fest, and then Xbox is like, crack my knuckles. Insert crack knuckles noise soundbite here. And then they did the thing, and they had a great showcase. And people go, that's not supposed to happen. Xbox isn't supposed to be good. So anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm not concerned. I legitimately think that this is just them holding their cards close to their chest, and they're gonna have a great showcase here in the next maybe next year. I don't know. Yeah, I just think people need to take a deep breath.
Mass Produce says that roadmap soon, fellas. Big show coming soon.
Yeah.
Secret showcase from last year. We're supposed to be getting that soon.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
When's that coming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, FarQ. Hit the like button, says FarQ. Please hit the like button. Let's listen. Hey, look, Joey's in the chat. What's up, Joey? Love Joey from Weebly Green. So yeah, dude, it's I don't know. Well, all right. Let me we'll do a few highlights of things. Sorry. So they don't have any first party games. I mean, the president of Sony announced that there's no first party games dropping, and AAA first party game. Now, some people might say that the little robot game is big AAA game, and I'm sure it'll be fun. It'll be fine. But if it's not like God of War or there are other big tempoles that they've been talking about, or the Wolverine game we know is in the works. Half of it's playable right now on PC, but of course it's the early version stuff. People have hacked and and messed with that, but it's and it's I'm sure it's gonna be great when it's done and polished and comes out. But it's quite a ways away, and it's not this year. It's not now. I mean, they're basically going through what Microsoft went through the last 2 years, and it's just the way it is, unfortunately. But a lot of people from the fanboy side, pony side, that that it's they're not. It's not a big deal because it's Sony. For Microsoft, it was the end of the world, which obviously it's not, because yeah, all these games releasing, all the money they spent, and people are like, oh, Xbox is dead. Well, you're fucking wrong. They're not dead. In fact, they're the best position they've ever been in. And they're not done yet. Even this year, they're not done showing you stuff. It's gonna happen. But like the VR2 production has been stopped, which that's like a subject all by itself. There's the sales have dropped. The profit for PlayStation 5. They let's see, the sales predictions. Let's see. Sony reported a 7% drop in annual profits May 2024, and the company warned falling profits for the year. And it's kind of in that life cycle thing, to where it's normally in the past, which times are different now, but in the past, there's been price breaks, drops on systems considerable after 3 or 4 years on the market, just because they want to get out more systems, more but the PlayStation systems are still the same price they were, and even the digital version the souped up version of the digital is $50 more than than the original digital only copy that came out. So they're raising prices there, and it's probably because they can. And it's still a big bulky system. I own a PlayStation 5, full disclosure. And I enjoy playing a few games on there. Ghost of Tsushima is probably my favorite game for that system.
Same, dude. Yeah, same. Love that game. Yeah.
So it's like, but to me, it's they're just kind of they're in a lull, no matter what you want to say, and to take another step back, the ponies, and there's a lot of big influencers out there, MBG and whether he wants to admit it or not, Reforge, are strictly, they're rooting for PlayStation, and they don't care about Xbox. They wish it would die, and that's fine. But the only thing they have to go on, they can't talk about what's wrong with PlayStation or what's going on with PlayStation or what PlayStation has. They have more. Like Dreamcast guy, which is what a joke. In fact, you should, Sega should sue him for using the word Dreamcast, because he basically tarnishes the name Dreamcast because he's such an idiot.
It's a bloodbath.
Yeah. And I'll say it to his face, and he can come on. I'll interview him, and I'll talk to him anytime he wants to. I'd have him on this show. I mean, he's a fucking idiot, and the only reason he does what he does is, like he said before, it's all clickbait. It's clicky click stuff. But
the thing is,
yeah, go ahead.
Did he ever even come out and say? Because he said,
I will gladly take my L if the showcase isn't.
Sorry, I'll stop making fun of. He said that he would gladly take his L if he was wrong about the showcase not being a 9.5. Did he ever come out and say, I was wrong or whatever, or that was okay?
Broadcast guy like that.
Fraud.
Yeah, I don't know that he actually said that or what he did, but he's Creamcast. Oh, there's so many creator face. So many good ones I've heard. But yeah. So I don't know that he actually took his L, but he did well, all right. So talking to Paris Lilly, which we've had on the show, but love Paris, he's amazing. he met him in person, and he made some comments about Paris, and Paris called him out on it. And in fact, Paris last year, before last, met him in person and got right up in his face, and of course he's like, oh, I was all for thing, blah blah blah. I love your content, you're great, blah blah.
Gotta
And
pay
of course,
bills is what he said.
yeah, exactly. And Paris was like, was quite as he goes, he doesn't talk like that in real life. He doesn't act like that in real life. That's his whole
His persona online.
Persona. Inbred persona, trailer park wannabe, whatever you want to call it. Somebody left the lock off the trailer park. Tell you what,
Right.
So yeah, that's Dreamcast loser. But anyway,
yeah. Well, someone like Paris Lily walks up to you and says, "Keep my motherfucking name out your motherfucker."
Yeah,
that's what I said when I saw that tweet. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I said, "Here comes the oh no, it's Alex video." And sure enough, he posted that video, and that's the first thing I thought about was Will Smith. Great guy on stage. I see Dreamcast guy on stage, and he said, "Keep my." That's the only thing I can think about. So good for Barris for being real, like a real person. Like, hey, we all like talking about video games and whatnot, but keep my name out your mouth when you're talking about this stuff. Don't be, be real, especially whenever I talk to you in person and say, hey, all online personas aside, I've always said we're a bit of an exaggerated version of ourselves whenever we're hosting a podcast or being a guest on a show or making videos. Especially you want to get all your energy out there and really get people excited about whatever it is that you're talking about. You want to be attractive as far as your brand that you're talking about. Whenever you're talking to someone real, you got to be like, hey, listen, it's all just I'm glad that I can talk to you like a normal person. And for him to say that and then turn right back around and say, I might just be that asshole that you thought I was,
Yeah.
Oh, I hate to see it, hate to see it. So whatever, good luck to Dreamcast guy. So
yeah, but FarQ. WebDave, tell us how you really feel. Well, FarQ. I mean, there's no sense in holding back. He's a dork. Period. Yeah. And like I said, I don't watch his content, listen to his content because and put it this way, it was I used to and I like Spawn Wave. John's a good guy, and he's grown his channel astronomically. He does good content, he does good stuff. I don't necessarily agree with all his viewpoints, but that's the way life is. Can't agree with everybody on everything. But for a while he had Dreamcast guy on his Spawn Wave Saturday show, and I just could not watch it because he had Dreamcast guy on there talking some stupid shit. I'm not sure if he's still on there. I've heard that he's not anymore or makes a rare appearance. I don't know. I just to me it kind of hurts your brand. To me, that's just me. Because he's such a Sony lover. And I guess that's a grifter. Yeah, exactly. There's there's a lot of people out there. MBG is probably one of the worst too, saying that it's like saying he's not a Sony fanboy. Have you seen your wall behind you, buddy?
Have you looked at your own?
Yeah, have you seen your own content? You're sure what you said. Oh goodness. It's welcome out, Mr. Boomstick. Got a shout out, Mr. Boomstick. Look at that.
Hey, look at that. Boom, I love your show, man. I cannot keep up with your show, but I love it. And you are a real one. I saw pictures of you and Colt and everybody, and I wish I could have been there. They tried to fly me out to LA, and I just could not possibly do it. But next time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Same.
Love your stuff, Boom. You're awesome.
Boom is the man. If it wasn't for Boom, I wouldn't be here. So Mr. Boomstick XL, awesome. Please go like and subscribe to his channel. He is an amazing content provider. Gives you great shows 5 times a week, dude. I mean, he is working it, doing some great things for the community. He does big giveaways every year. Loved being a part of that show for a long time, and unfortunately, with my new work schedule, I was on 2 of his shows, and then I can't be on any of them because I have to sleep, unfortunately. So in fact, I'll be going to work here in a couple of hours. So yeah, but God. Yeah, it's a way of third shifting. But I don't mind it. I do like this new job I'm at. So it's making
That's
a
all that
difference. Every
If
little
you
bit,
don't,
every
if
little
you
bit
like
helps.
where you work, you don't work a day in your life. Isn't that what they say?
That is.
That's what they
that
tell
is.
you. That's what they tell you to say. They force you to think that way. Shout out to Assassin. Assassin Entertainment is a panel member. Shout out to you, bro.
Oh yeah, hello. There's so many great members. Hey Ray, what's going on, buddy? So many great members of the community, and we appreciate each and every one of you for coming in. Xena, what's up, girl? Xcoin, tell us Ray. There's so many I can't even read them all. Appreciate you. I know it's like I could spend 20 minutes just sitting there reading names, but I
Right.
won't. But it's great to have you guys here hanging out with us, and please hit the like button and subscribe button. And we are asking that you do double check to make sure that you are actually subscribed. We've heard that YouTube has had another wave of oops, we didn't mean to unsubscribe half your channels. So
purge.
what's going
Yeah.
on, buddy? So yeah, so if you don't mind, double check, and of course the link is in the description for Red Wolf. But please click on that and subscribe to his channel. He's just now hit the over 1,000 subscribers, and he deserves way more than that. We're gonna get him up and past Colt's numbers here before long. Wouldn't you love to have that?
Right.
Those numbers?
Yeah, we got a ways to go. Just gotta
On the way
put out
to
some-
100K. Let's go. Yes.
Right. We just got to put out some negative videos talking about how much we hate Xbox, and then boom, numbers just through the roof.
Yeah.
Let's
But
do it.
don't forget about your thumbnal doing this.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, I gotta be careful.
Exactly.
Gotta be careful because as soon as I did that, I thought, oh fuck, Fark
Somebody's
is
gonna
gonna be
clip
like
it.
making new thumbnails.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, Fark, you.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. We love you, Fark. You.
I love that.
Anyway,
I would
so-
love someone to do that.
well, there you go. Fark, you have his permission.
go.
Abuse
Do it.
the Red Wolf. I'm just kidding.
Do it to me, Fark you. Oh, thanks, Fark you, for linking my channel. I really appreciate that, man. Yeah, the support lately has been overwhelming. You get like this. You want to hug everybody when you get all this kind of support.
Yeah.
You're just like I just don't know how to describe it, man. You get it though. You're just like I'm so appreciative of all the support. I just wish I could do more to show more appreciation. I don't know. Yeah, it's a great feeling. So you guys rock. You guys are awesome.
Oh, go ahead and read that one.
You asked for it. Oh yeah. Listen, send me a DM. You know where to find me. I want to see it. I want to see it. You have my permission. Just do whatever you want all the time.
Be nice. He's just farking around. Oh goodness. Too funny.
I love that.
So yeah. So yeah. The big thing is PlayStation in trouble. Like I said, they're a big corporation. They've been a long time. I'm not saying they're going to shuttle their doors or anything like that, but they're having to rethink. I mean, like I said, Sony plunged $10 billion in PlayStation sales after they did a sales cut. Their profit margins are way down, and their stock prices have tanked compared to where they used to be. And if you don't think shareholders are looking at that, you're wrong, because that's the bottom line. That's why Microsoft is able to do so many things that they're doing now, is because their shareholders are really happy with the way things are going and what they're doing. And so it's all right. So do you have you ever messed with the VR? You're into VR at all?
Yes, I actually love VR.
Okay, fair enough. There you go.
I actually, and it's so I always preface it or preface, if you're in the UK, by saying that it is such a niche thing. And the one thing that I always say about VR, when I describe to someone how awesome this game is in VR, the response you get is, yeah, sounds good. No, you don't understand, because I didn't understand. Like, people can say, I get it. I understand. You're in the world. You're moving around. You're touching things. I get it. You can think it. But if you've never done VR and never experienced it, it is so cool, and you might throw up. But thankfully, I don't get motion sickness. But I played the first game that I ever played in VR. I actually went out and bought a PSVR. 2020. When did Resident Evil 7 come out? Because that's whenever I got it. First VR game I'd ever played. And of course, that game doesn't have motion controls where you can move with your hands, or it didn't at the time. So it was just the controller moving around. And I'll never forget it as long as I live. It was absolutely, absolutely terrifying and amazing, and just such a unique experience. I'll never forget it. But it's incredibly niche, and PlayStation of all people making a VR, making not just one but two VR headsets. After the first one, I don't know the numbers on the first one, but I can't imagine that the sales numbers were the reason why they wanted to make a second one. It's just VR headsets just don't sell well. You have to be a multi-billion-dollar company like Facebook to make the MetaQuest, which is actually what I have. I have MetaQuest 2 because I just love VR games. I don't play a lot. It's just I love to, like, you know what, I can do that. You know, I can play that. I just want to have the option. I like to have the choice. But with Sony going, this ain't it. This ain't working. And then they have all these studios specifically for VR games. It really looks like they were going all in on VR. Like, we want to cover all our facets. We want pancakes and we want VR. So we want to cover the pancake and the VR, and it just isn't working. I mean, even the diehard PlayStation people, it doesn't matter what brand it is. You got to really be into that niche. So it doesn't surprise me. Too long didn't read. It doesn't surprise me that they're shutting it down or taking away support.
Yeah, it's well, so Mr. Boomstick had the original, and then I believe he got the new one as well. But he had made the comment that he was disappointed that it wasn't backwards compatible with the original games. I understand there's probably some technical things in it that it wasn't going to be able to accomplish in it, but to completely not add the ability to play the older games, just to, you know, continue. It didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. It just seemed like right off the bat, it kind of slapped people in the face that, you know, hey, you know, you don't need that. So, you know, we want you to spend money on the new stuff, which I get it, you know, so,
right.
And you can see Farq took care of you. There's
He
that
did.
one.
Thank you so much. Oh, is there a new one?
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Nice. Love that. Thank you so much, Farq. Well, fuck you, as Panda, Red Dead Panda would say.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
I missed that. I missed that show.
There you go. And I always love saying Farq you.
Farq
You, buddy. I'm just kidding. Oh.
Did you know that in the Shrek movie, Lord Farquaad, that his name was obviously a play on fuckwad? So I didn't know that until like last year. I was like, I never thought about that. Of course, that's what it was, Lord Fuckwad. Anyway. Yes, tangents.
Yeah, those little innuendos that go right over kids' heads.
I know, man. SpongeBob. I mean, God, there's so much.
Oh yeah, so, he has another one. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Photo number 3. There you go.
The harder I laugh, the more I fall backwards and go off screen. We had Holly, that blue number. She was really sick on one of our recent shows, and somebody in chat said, you know, we want Holly to say more phrases because her voice sounds like this, like really, like it was like deeper than mine. I don't have a deep voice.
She's awesome,
but,
by the way.
Yeah, she is such a good person. Yeah, I love her. And somebody in chat said, say wow wiggle wobble wizzy wobble woo woo or something like that. Apparently it's like a show or like a cartoon from like the 80s,
right?
And she did it, and it was the funniest. Actually, it's pinned. You guys can go see it right now. It's the pinned post on my Twitter account, and you can see that that reaction, and it was just a taste of what happens there. I don't even remember why I said that, Dave. I'm sorry. This is ADD for you. Live. ADD live.
No. We're running wild and going all over the place, and that's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, this is a good point too. Force Vlog said that Jim Ryan is obsessed with hardware, forgets about games. That's why he got Sony kicked him out. I mean, he didn't forget about games. It's just that he took them a hard left with the gas games. You know, made all studios, you know, drop what they were doing and start working on gas games. You know, for like a year or so, they were focused on that. To, you know, had 12 different gas games in the works. They've canceled over half of them now, including, you know, people were really interested in factions. You know,
Yep.
where's factions? It's in the shit pile. You know, why is that? I don't know. I have no idea. But it's not out. It's not coming out. So, I guess the rumor is that it was a good playable game as far as, you know, being able to do the multiplayer, but it didn't emphasize what they were needing, the ability to, you know, add more revenue. In other words, you know, getting you to pay for more skins, more this,
Skins,
more that,
exactly.
guns.
Yeah.
You know, it
'Cause what
wasn't.
can you do
Go ahead.
in an apocalypse, you know?
Mhm.
What can you do, especially in a game? We talked about breaking immersion earlier. What can you do in a Last of Us multiplayer game that you're gonna? What is everybody gonna be running around in purple and bright yellow hats and stuff like that in a Last of Us game? Like, eventually you will run out of ideas, and that's why we do get crazy, wild things added on cosmetically into live service games nowadays. Make it flamboyant, make it wild and bright and flashy and crazy, because people do like that stuff. That stuff is great, you know, if that's your thing. But you will be very limited in a game where everything is dank and dark and brown and green, and you know what I mean? So yeah, it's like the concept was there as in The Last of Us 1 multiplayer was really good. Was really good multiplayer. But that was it. As far as progression goes, I don't remember too much of, oh, you have a baseball bat? You can also get a nailed baseball bat. Whoa. Whoa.
Diversity.
Whoa, you know. Whoa. Yeah, so I get it. Makes sense to me. It sucks because I'm sure it would have been fun, but yeah, as far as longevity of monetization for that kind of model, probably not going to last that long. So
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying in chat that the factions was slow and boring. More than one people have said it was. Yeah, I guess it lost
Gotcha,
its
okay.
luster. You know, shout out to over 300 people that are watching us here on YouTube and on X. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate that. Please hit the like button if you're here on YouTube. Subscribe to us, and also click on over to Red Bull's channel and subscribe. RHETRI is taking the night off. He's off. He's got some things that came up, and he's taking care of that. So you know, life happens. So you know, we wish him well tonight, and hopefully we'll hear from him next week. So you know, anyway, just know that he's you know, he's doing good. He's just he's got some things he has to take care of. Like I said, real life happens to all of us. So, but he is missed tonight. So love, you know, that's right. Love to RHETRI. So amen. All right. With that said, still haven't heard from Next Gen Neo. I don't, maybe he fell asleep. Maybe he's playing a game. I don't know. He'll maybe be here in a little bit. I don't know. And if he doesn't join us, that's okay. We'll go for a little bit longer. We're gonna keep the momentum going because we're having a good time. And so blessed to have Red Wolf on tonight. So I guess
Thanks, man.
to get sidetracked, just kind of a quick dive in, I guess. So how, I mean, obviously, you know, you've been watching YouTube and gaming channels and things like that, and you've been producing your own content for a while. But like, I guess, how did you and Colt become friends? Because he's been a big help in promoting it. So it was like you play games with him. Did you just reach out to him, or you know? Because I reached out to him and he interviewed him. So he's a great guy. So how did that happen for you?
Colt. So it's funny. First time I ever saw Colt or ever got. So I used to watch Mr. Matt. Still watch Mr. Matty Plays. Just depending on what he's talking about. But he used to have a podcast called Ham Radio Podcast. He had that for a long time. I know someone in chat's going to be like, I missed that show, and I do too. So anytime that Matty would guest on a podcast, it would pop up in my feed. And so he was a guest on XNC a while ago. And so that's where I found Colt, but I didn't follow him then. I saw his channel. I said, that was a really good show. And you know, that was years and years ago. And so another show popped up late, and I can't remember what it was for the life of me, but it was whenever he started getting Gaz on, as his co-host. And it was just like the bro show. Like they are such a dynamic duo. They're so funny together. And so basically in chat, I would just say something to like distract Colt, say something funny. Like somebody would flub their words and I would type it out in chat with like a, like a question mark, and Colt would like read it out, or I would, put in a super chat and ask him a question about whatever. And eventually I started saying, dude, you need to make a Xbox club on Xbox. You know how you can make a club and get people in there, share a bunch of clips and whatnot. I said, dude, you need to make an XNC club on Xbox. And I did that every single Monday on XNC podcast forever. I did it for like over a month. And Colt just kept saying, I know, I need to do it. And then one night he just randomly sent me a friend request, and I was like, hey, look at that. Invited me to a party, and long story short, we just started talking more in parties, really get along because we're both very ADD ridden and cannot keep a thought for the life of me, for us together as one. That's exact point. Look at that. Point proven. So we were both so excited for Starfield. And Colt brought me on to talk about Starfield with Mag. And then he brought me on to talk about Starfield again with Lone Vault Wanderer, who is been around for a long time. People love him. He's such a nice dude. And then I was on another time. I can't remember. But yeah, we talk on the phone all the time and text, and he's been so encouraging. He's like my big brother is really what it feels like. He has just been so encouraging, and he's just such a nice dude, and just has your back all the way, even if you make a mistake here and there or whatnot. So that's Colt Eastwood, everyone. Showing some love. He's such a nice dude behind the scenes, and he's got a lot of humility. He's very humble. Again, us being on the camera all the time, you can get sort of lost in the exaggerated version of yourself whenever you're trying to be performative, and you're trying to not be so boring and make people feel like it's an exciting time to be here right now, but so it's I've learned a lot through him and through all the people that I've met on the internet. So that is my long-winded answer, Dave.
What?
Yeah. Oh, wake up.
Not at all. Not at all. But no, it's and that was, like I said, I was just curious because but no, Colt is super nice, very friendly, very nice, and sometimes he gets beat up for certain things, but most of it I don't think is his fault or justified. Especially the whole Redfall thing. He was duped, just like a lot of people that were there that day were duped. As far as and so and that's not his fault. And he was very honest with it, came out with it, and his content is amazing. He puts out some great videos. His show on Mondays is a must watch. I watch it every time. So yeah, he's a good guy. He's been on here a couple of times, and hopefully he'll be on here again. Colt, we love you. Miss you.
I'll call him. I'll call him right now.
There you go.
No, I think he's camping right now. So he's
I can't get cell service. How many bars you got? Can you hear me now?
Right.
So yeah. But
that guy, the can you hear me now guy? When I think of him, I only picture Jason Schreier's face now. He's just been, like lost in time.
That's funny.
He's like, can you write an article about PlayStation? Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. Can you hear me now? No, we can't hear you at all. Let's see here. Let's bring up this next subject real quick here. I see. Share the screen. Let's see. There we go. Boom shakalaka, and bring it up on everybody. See it? All right. So yeah. So we'll bring the picture up a little bigger. But there was a good article from Windows Central. Black Myth Wukong is delayed on Xbox Series XS, and now Microsoft has offered a statement. So we'll just let's see. Share the screen instead. There we go.
Let's talk about Best Buy. Oh,
let's do it. All right. All right, so we'll just encapsulate the what you need to know. Black Myth Wukong is a coming action adventure title from Game Science. Let's say they're based a classic Chinese novel, Journey to the West, and it's spectacular visuals. It looks amazing. I've seen it, but the Xbox version is being delayed because of due to optimization. So it doesn't have a specific date as to when they'll get that done. So
is this the Series X thing all over again, you think?
I don't.
Or sorry,
I don't
Series S. Sorry.
I don't necessarily know that it's that. The big speculation is which like MBG is losing his shit over. It's that it's Sony having the game and paying for exclusivity and temporary exclusivity, and but the way he makes it sound like Sony would never do that. What the fuck? That's all they did for the last 8 years,
Right.
is money had. So yeah, so it's silly to think that they wouldn't do it. So
people forget that the majority of studios that are under PlayStation right now are not PlayStation Studio. They're not first party. They were bought by PlayStation one by one over time.
Yep.
I mean, look at I'm sorry, Insomniac, Sunset Overdrive, studio. That was on Xbox only, and then they said, "Hey, Spider-Man, do it." And they're like, "Okay," and they're like, "But you can't put it anywhere else." And they're like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. So it's people are, I don't know, the recency bias, definitely gets in the way with this kind of stuff, but the money, this doesn't surprise me at all. And whenever it comes to their reasoning of like it's due to optimization, like I know each studio has their own struggles. Making games are very difficult, so I can't sit here and say you think that they would have figured out how to work with the Series S by now. They're a different studio. You can't just like share company secrets about how to optimize. That's just not how the industry works. But this doesn't surprise me. PlayStation needs another Bloodborne. They're not going to go to FromSoft and ask for anything again, because From Software knows damn well right now they do not need to go exclusive to anyone, because everyone buys their games everywhere. So I think, in my eyes, this definitely seems to me like Sony saying, we need to get another one. This looks really great. And of course they've seen more than we have. So they're seeing this as a big, great exclusive not to replace Bloodborne, but in that same Souls-like vein to have another game. You know what I mean? So it doesn't surprise me that I would definitely agree that this is money headed, and it has nothing to do, if not nothing, but not that much to do with optimization as far as Xbox goes.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. And I guess their statement was, we're excited about the launch of Black Myth Wukong on the Xbox Series X and S, and are working with Game Science to bring the game to our platforms. We can't comment on the details. We can't comment on the deals made by our partners with other platform holders. Pause. But we remain focused on making Xbox the best platform for gamers, and a great games are the center of that. So it's definitely coming. It's just not coming right away. And whether it's they can't say, because if it is quote unquote money headed, or if it's some kind of agreement with Sony to keep it either off of Game Pass, or keep it off of just the platform period for 3 months or 6 months or a year, or whatever it is that they decided they want to, to put that, it's happened before. It can happen again. Is this what's happening with this? We don't know. We really don't know. There's no, they're not going to come out and say it, because they can't, There's a lot, lot of people were like, when they made the Game Pass announcement for Call of Duty, they couldn't say it the day after they acquired, as far as the officially that it's coming to Game Pass day and date. It had to be a certain time, a certain thing that had to happen, certain obligations that were ended. And once that became ended, then they were like, cool. And now we can, now we can actually say that it's
play it
day one with Game Pass.
You know, so those are the kind of things that they can actually do now, you know, and I think everything that's, you know, that's Game Pass related that's coming to Game Pass needs to have that tag at the end. I mean, they need to, and I think they're already really starting to do that with the last, you know, showcase and stuff. They had it at the tag at the end of everything, but the whole soundbite in your face,
Play it day one with Game Pass.
I love that, and you need to hear that a lot.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts, man?
I mean, you just mean overall as far
Yeah.
as, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Somebody in chat said, RSJ fan. Yeah. What's up, man? He says ponies have been saying the money hatting is a lie due to optimization. And then they blame the Series S. That's still where my brain is going to, we're still talking about that, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Yeah, it just now and before I said, you know, they're money hatting it, and timed exclusivity, I think, is just to be very specific. I think that this will still come to Xbox, but I definitely think that timed exclusivity is becoming more of a thing nowadays, especially with the big third-party talk. Microsoft going third party. Everything's going to be going everywhere all the time eventually at some point, and especially for the people who are on PC centric. You know, I have DeMarco dude on my show. He is only on PC. We have Assassin Entertainment on my show, who he plays on Xbox, but he will buy games on PlayStation if he's like, yeah, I want to play that on PlayStation. And of course, Holly, you know, just on Xbox and on PC, and of course, I'm PC and Xbox as well. But for someone just in the PC space, whenever you're talking about exclusivity and timed exclusivity, and money hatting, and are you going to wait? Are you going to buy a console to, you know, for Wulong? There's so many Woo games. Wulong. This one's Wulong, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think any all the PC players that I talk to, whenever if I said, hey, Wulong is only going to be on PlayStation for a year, and they go, well, I guess I'll play it in a year. I'm not gonna play,
right.
even if it's the like, and the only exception that I would say, I'm trying to stay on target here.
You're good.
GTA 6 is the one exception that I would say that people will go out and buy a console to play that early. But not everyone. It's only 365 days, you know, is what we're thinking for PC for GTA 6. But they're not beholden to anyone. They don't have to do shit. They don't have to do anything. They're Rockstar. They don't have to they don't bow to anyone. So whenever it comes to Wulong and exclusivity and money hatting and optimization and whatever the excuse may be, I just think that it is straight up just a timed exclusive, and they got a bag. They got a bag from Sony, and people are just making excuses, which is what so many people in chat are still saying, that they're just making it up. That there's, you know, it's the same easy low hanging fruit. It's because of the Series X. Can't you see? It's written on the walls. Anyway, sorry guys, I went on.
No, but and that's the thing. Is it you know, could it be? Maybe, but it seems like we would have heard something more about it. I don't know. You got GTA 6, and so someone put in there. Cinda said, I bet GTA 6 will have exclusive missions on PlayStation 5 like it did GTA 5. That's a possibility. But the thing is, the guy that owns the studio owns Rockstar, him and Phil Spencer are good friends, have been for a long time, and I don't necessarily know that they're gonna do. They wouldn't do a money hat. They wouldn't put it in Game Pass, at least not right away. That would not happen. But things they could do are some kind of a marketing deal, which would be great, because if you could have, you say around the holidays of next year, you had a Series S, Series X box that had on the front cover of it in the stores, you know, Call of Duty on one side, and, you know, with a Game Pass coupon or whatever, and GTA 6 on the other side, play it here on our console,
Yeah.
and you could get some bonus, in-game cash or currency, from the perks with Game Pass. Those are things that they could definitely do and tie in, and I guarantee you those things are at least talked about, if not necessarily already in the works. So who knows?
Right. Yeah, and marketing definitely is something that Xbox obviously they have been improving after what we see. Speaking of Colt, he said that he was sitting down with his family and they were watching something and a Hellblade commercial came on. Play it day one on Game Pass. And I was like, what? And he was like, it was really jarring to see. And I was like, it shouldn't be though. It shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't feel like, what? An Xbox trailer, marketing trailer. But marketing specifically for Xbox, the way that big companies do, like at showcases. So you go and you watch a state of play. Sony state of play happens, and you have this game shown, and it's like PlayStation at the end of every single one of these games, and then right after the showcase ends, is that coming to PlayStation? No, it's coming to Xbox, it's coming to PC and Switch and everything day one. Marketing. That's the type of marketing that I think you're talking about with GTA.
Yes.
Xbox could absolutely say, and here at the next Xbox showcase, like the Gamescom is coming up, whatever. Here comes a GTA 6 trailer, a new trailer, boom, marketing, Xbox marketing at the end of it. I could totally see that happening. That would be great. It would be great for them. So
Most
GTA
definitely
6 is a monster, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a beast. I mean, they clearly, Matt Booty interview with Steven talking about, they clearly want to be out of the way. Of that game, So, and a lot of people are really complaining, like, the only thing wrong with the showcase was they didn't give more dates. They don't have to, and I think if anything, they've learned a lesson, from dating things too early, especially with the condition that the COVID and everything was, and it's hurt the reputation. It's kind of scarred them. So, if it's not a situation where you got like a pre-order, 2 or 3 months out is plenty time to give a date, because you give a date, then you give them 2 months to pre-order special editions or whatever, or go to your GameStop or whatever and order a hard copy. Then that's the way to do it. That way more, or when the game's closer to going gold, then that's to me that's what you want to do. You don't want to let it go too early and then be like, let's Starfield situation, here's this date, bam bam bam, and then well about that,
yikes,
let's give it another year.
Right.
So yeah, but Starfield is not coming to PlayStation 5.
No,
not coming.
It's not. Sorry
to disappoint you people, but it's not coming to PlayStation 5. No matter what you think about games that might come, that's not coming.
God, can you imagine like Hellblade comes to PlayStation and how the scores will go up? That makes me so mad every time I see that. I'm like, what was it recently? Something just came out recently and they had 3 Xbox reviews. Help me remember.
Was it
all the rest of them were
the Pirate game?
No, it just came out.
Sea of Thieves? No, okay.
Was it Elden Ring? It might have been.
It could be.
I think it was Elden Ring. Shout out to the RHETRI. It was mostly on PlayStation. And then there were like 3 Xbox reviews. And I was like, man, God. Anyway, I don't want to go on another tangent, but
no, not at all.
Have you? By the way, are you playing Elden Ring? Are you into that?
I mean, the original, yes. I have not bought the new expansion. Have not played it yet, and we'll probably do it maybe in a month or so. Still a few things got to get caught up on, but I still play games, people. I do. So sometimes real life kind of gets in your way when you got to take care of business, and right now I'm doing some business. Yeah. So once business is done, things will be good. Plus, I got my new car, and I'm enjoying riding around in it a lot.
Nice.
What do you? I'm going cruising. What do you think I'm doing? What are you going out for a drive? What are you doing?
Can you say what you got? Is that too much?
Oh yeah, no, I got a 2016 Camaro, and it is.
Oh shit, dude!
It's the 2LT Rally Sport edition, and it's a nice fun little ride. I used to have 2011, and then my daughter became old enough to drive, and as soon as she became old enough to drive, and we had to put her on her insurance so she could do her driving to all this stuff, my insurance went up $1,000 every 6 months.
Gosh, man.
Just
Oh,
because she was on it. So I sold that Camaro. I was like,
So I
yeah.
sold my daughter. No.
Yeah. I kept the daughter, sold the car. And
Yeah.
then, but now, my daughter, it's been a few years, been looking, and yeah, so it's like, and now it's, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and bite the bullet and get that. I'll put a picture of it up here in a minute. But it's a fun little ride. But we do have a super
That's
chat
awesome,
from
man.
Blue. Would you rather Xbox by PlayStation Studios, one of the big Japanese, or Warner Brother Games, knowing that one or more may get split apart one day? I mean, all I can say is the best, to me, the best studio that Sony has is Sucker Punch. To me,
Infamous. Yeah.
I would
Ghost of
I would
Tsushima.
I would take a Sucker Punch over a Spider-Man game any day.
Yeah, I think the reason that I appreciate Sucker Punch so much more than
Thanks for switching.
not more, it's just that they are they have original IPs that are really cool. Like I would love to see an Infamous 3 and like let them keep going down that path of like the anti-hero hero route with original stuff. And that's why people were screaming about Prototype whenever ABK went through. They're like, we need an Xbox exclusive to sort of battle Spider-Man. Give us an Xbox exclusive that's a superhero game the way this Sony has Spider-Man. Sucker Punch is so great, and Ghost of Tsushima is incredible. So yeah, Sucker Punch is awesome.
Definitely. I'll have to agree with that. And just because you ask, let's see here.
We're about to see it.
There it is. And boom. There you go.
Ooh, nice, man. Oh, that is sexy. That reminds me of, what does that remind me of? Crackdown? I don't know why. Crackdown, the original Crackdown. Maybe you got a card just like that. Your cars would like evolve. That is sweet, man.
It's been customized a little bit because that's not the original front end, but or the side skirts. And I'm getting ready to replace the spoiler in the back. I'm actually going to put the LT1 spoiler on, the real high spoiler. Yeah,
that is awesome, dude.
It's 2016.
Not.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was gonna say I'm not like a big car guy, except for muscle cars. Like it's so weird. Like I can see a Ferrari go by me because I live in a certain area where you see a lot of out of state people coming with fancy cars and stuff, and I see that stuff all the time. But you rarely ever see really nice muscle cars, and they always get me. I don't know. Maybe because I grew up watching Fast and the Furious, and Vin Diesel was like, family muscle cars, and I'm like, okay, you got me, Vin. You got me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks, man. Like I said, that's what I've been been driving on a lot. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I'm just
that's awesome.
Somebody asked me, goes, so how fast you got it? I'm not in it for speed.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. It sounds really good, and 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. But
but that's what they tell me. You didn't do that.
No. I do have my speed indicator set to 80 so that I will, if I get above that, I need to slow down.
Right. Well, that's good. That's good.
So, yeah. And I've only set that off a few times. But what? All right then. So back to I'll have to agree with this comment. But, yeah, I used to own a Mustang, so I can say definitely that I enjoy it better than the Mustang I had. The Mustang I had was a pace car, but it was the old body style, which is not conducive to what they are now. They're definitely a lot nicer now, but just love the Camaro, always have, and there you go. So boys and their toys, as it were. But Sapo's comment, I'm gonna bring it back up here. But yeah, the case by case or whatever, it's not doing them any favors when Sony's doing the crap like this, which is a money heading type thing. And I agree with that, Sapo, 1000%. I feel, and of course, you listen to a Ponybot podcast, and they're just like, oh, everything's coming, a great showcase. Glad to see all this stuff coming it's going to be coming to PlayStation eventually. And it's like, no, slow your roll, and Reforge is determined that Starfield's coming. I'm sorry, it's not, but that's cool. He has his opinion, and he has quote unquote insiders, which is just basically, a lot of people that are, fanboy wannabes and wish they had games like Microsoft does, that are just wishful thinking and are making up shit just to stir the fire, because that's what they do, because they have nothing else. PlayStation, Sony has nothing. Have Astrobot game, that's it. Go ahead.
Yeah, and Matt Booty came out and said recently in that interview with Variety that Sea of Thieves is doing really great, and that games essentially, again, too long didn't read. Essentially, what Matt Booty, from what I took away from that interview with putting Sea of Thieves, is that games like Sea of Thieves that can be monetized, live service games, probably will come to PlayStation. So we're not talking about the Fable, the Starfield, the Elder Scrolls 6 and stuff like that. We're not talking about those kind of games. They're saying we're trying to have a strategy that, and especially with a game like Sea of Thieves that's been on Xbox and PC for so long. Mm-hmm. So it's out there, you're on YouTube and you run across a Sea of Thieves, you're a PlayStation guy and you run across a Sea of Thieves video and I wish I could play that. That'd be cool. And of course, the people that are not online like us and seeing the toxicity of both sides that that it can be, the people who just wake up one day, turn on their PlayStation, and Sea of Thieves is on my PlayStation, you're damn right I'm going to install that thing right now. And so their strategy definitely worked. That does not include their big titles like Starfield and, like I said, Fable and Strauss. Who's the dude? Strauss Zelnick? Who's the Bond villain looking guy from that just got hired with the other CEO, two joint CEOs, right? Oh, doesn't he look like a Bond villain?
Yeah, Herman Holtz.
Herman Holtz, thank you. That's who it is. Strauss Zelnick. Who's Strauss Zelnick? What the hell? I have so many names in my head. My brain is just on fire.
Right. Colt Eastwood.
Colt Eastwood, that's what it was. The CEO of PlayStation, Colt Eastwood. Yeah. But he even said that that with games like Spider-Man and The Last of Us, he said this almost the exact same thing in that interview, saying like games like Helldivers, we would definitely consider putting them day and date on PC because they can be monetized essentially. But games like Last of Us, our single player games, are tentpole titles, you will not see them go day and date to PC, and that's our strategy. And people are like, "Why, dude? It's a single player game. People are not going to go out and buy a PlayStation. They will wait a year if they're on PC." So anyway, it's weird strategy, but it's weird. It's weird. People are weird.
Yeah, Zelnick is the head of Take-Two. Thank you,
Hargeet.
Hargeet. The one and only Hargeet Johnny.
Yes.
He's amazing. And he's now doing videos too, people. Click on his YouTube link. Hargeet, if you want to, drop that in the chat as well, so people can click on your channel as well and subscribe to your channel and make sure they don't miss any of your video. His videos are about gaming, but they do a lot of the math side of things, the money side. He digs deep into the numbers a lot, and it's fascinating stuff. It's really some good stuff, and other content as well too. It's Hargeet. He's the man, and also has a really good book, which I'm promote that as well. I got his cup there from getting his book.
Oh, it looks so cool, man.
Yeah, and he autographed the book for me as well. I appreciate that, Hargeet. Oh, there it is. Hargeet has his. We'll put that up there, and
fantastic.
then oh yeah. So Blue had another super chat. We'll throw that in there as well. Thanks for the $2 super chat, Blue. And it's is Spider-Man carrying PlayStation? I think so. Well, it was for a while, but it's dropped off the charts, of course. As single player games tend to do, and of course, people are like, oh, Starfield doesn't charge like it used to. Well, it's a single player game, but when they spent 40 plus hours on it, and you can only spend
40?
like 10 hours.
Try 200.
Well, yeah, but I'm on average.
Right, for sure, right? Because that's what Todd said, right? In the
yes.
Maddie interview recently, on an average 40 hours. 40 hours, like I'm gonna put the game down and come back to it whenever the hell I feel like playing it. Like I don't have it's not a multiplayer game. It's so weird. It's so weird. Spider-Man's numbers have dropped off. It's like it's because people beat it and they moved on. It's like it's always such a strange thing when people try to use that as like, oh, it's dying. Look at Xbox's numbers. Their single player games are dead. It's like people beat it. Xcoin said I'm over 1,000 hours on Starfield. Yeah, I'm right there with you, dude. I'm like 200. I'm like almost 300 hours. And then the Sony fanboys was like, "What have you done? What do you do? Have you ever played a Bethesda game? Shut up."
Yeah, exactly.
God.
It's crazy. It's
Anyway.
crazy. And then Ray's got on there that mods are now breathing new life into Starfield, and that's true. So much,
Dude, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
It's like scary, like addictive. Again, you're spending part of that 1,000 hours now. Xcoin, I bet 50 of those are just sitting in the creations menu, looking at what you want to turn your game into. It's insane. I'm really excited for the future of Starfield. I know that the creation stuff is a little controversial, but they're listening. From what we've heard, they're listening. So they're going to address some of the content, the pricing for depending on what type of content they have. But whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. Love Starfield.
Starfield is fantastic, and again, thank you to almost 400 people here watching us on X and on YouTube, and thank you so much everybody for being here today. We're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here in just a few minutes. I want to give Red Wolf a chance to tell everybody where they can find him and everything, and we do want to say a big shout out to thank you for everybody, and RHETRI should be back. RHETRI should be back next week. We'll see how things go with him. But like I said, he's taking care of a few things he has to. Like I said, life happens to all of us, and we do wish him the best of luck on everything that he's going through right now. So RHETRI, we love you, man. Just remember that. And like I said, obviously the show is good without you. So you need to get back here soon. So there you go. But he will. But yeah. But guys, please hit the like and subscribe button. We really appreciate that. It means a lot. We're on the road to the 30K. I mean, to 30K. Well, we're on the road to 30K, but 3K would be the first goal.
It's on the road. It's just down the road.
Well, come on, we're so close to 100K. Keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about a point of view, a certain point of view.
Yeah.
Coke made it look easy. Goodness.
Right.
Exactly. But then again, not everybody can be Colt Eastwood because he is amazing. You just gotta say. So
Your
Red
dog
Wolf,
agrees.
Exactly. Park to YouTube. She's like, I'm ready to go out. But okay,
Right.
settle down. I'll mute my mic. But Red Wolf, please tell everybody where they can find you and what shows and when you're on.
So everyone, and thank you so much, FarQ. You can find me at Red Wolf Renegade on YouTube and on Twitter. The only Red Wolf Renegade on Twitter and on YouTube. Apparently, I got lucky. Got really, really lucky. So please go drop me a sub there. That'd be great. We have a weekly podcast every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Holly, That Blue Number, DeMarco Dude, and Assassin Entertainment, and me hosting. And it gets really crazy. You can go and just expect it's got the vibe of just hanging out with friends and silly stuff happens. And you're like, why am I here? There is no politicizing of the gaming news whenever it doesn't need to be. It's a lot of fun. We try to make it fun. I try really hard. So
you do.
Yeah,
a good
please.
job.
Well, thanks a lot, man. It's a lot to juggle. You're the engineer and you're the host, and you're pressing a lot of buttons while you're trying to stay on track. And I'm like, how the hell did I lose focus when we were talking about PlayStation VR, and I still lost focus? So I don't have an excuse. But yeah, you can find me there at Red. What the hell was that?
That's Yoshi.
That. Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, you can find me there at Red Wolf Renegade on YouTube, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday.
There you go. Fantastic, dude. Thank you again so much for being here. And as King likes to say,
let them know you guys are in my DM. King, what will we do? We will hold the line.
Amen, King. Amen. And of course our buddy Dirt Griggity. Dirt, I love you, man. And yes, I'm playing it again.
If you like this video, please hit the like button.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Love it. I love it. The amazing content creators we have in our community are second to none. And I love each and every one of them. They are absolutely amazing. And come from different angles, different viewpoints, different ethnicities and male, female,
Walks
genders.
of life.
It doesn't matter. And I love them all. And even I got family that watches this show too, and friends that watch. Hard to believe they actually have friends, but they watched. I know, shocker.
I have friends?
So, exactly. Yeah, I like that. He's like, dirt was right here. Oh goodness, yeah. Dirt is the man. Dirt greedy is the man. And Shaun, love Shaun. Dirt. I lost my chapters. Dirt. Goodness. I love those guys. Love them. 2TS. That's why we have a dedicated emoji just for those guys, which is right there. Because we love them that much. But anyway, guys, again, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Please hit the like, subscribe button. It does mean a lot to us, and it does help us out a lot. So we greatly appreciate it. So, and thank you to everybody for joining us here on the Gamers Council.
Game over.